Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are, here in front of Minfilia, and continue our main quest. We wanted to move, I believe. It's all well and good that we found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there's so much to be done in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would never have been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Really, Alphinaud? If I need concern myself with anything, it's surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll? It's an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphinaud, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the science of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it pleases you, I would do so. It does. Madame, unless I'm mistaken, you're the one known as Desiree, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? This last one spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean custom is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Desiree. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there's already so much you have done for us. And for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphinaud has just returned. It would seem there's something he would share with us. I believe this scene here is new. You're here, good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And? Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Science of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Modorna. The Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny I'd come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and there are many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Rauban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is merely a formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the science of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow Sirens, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, but no greater than us. And we will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flamin to teach me the basics of mining, too. Maybe I'm wrong? You can compare it with the old episodes of this. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphinaud, I mean, it was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slavborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Desiree. Now, I remember Slavborn now had several pretty boring jobs for us here. Let's see how they changed that. This is something I could well imagine they just simply cut out. Because it has not much purpose, honestly. Okay, Slavborn. I was told to expect a scion. I didn't expect it to be you. It's been far too long this way. You have something for me, yes? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would we get a dozen more like you? Since we don't, though, we just have to give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Oh, really interesting. Yeah, they just cut these quests because we're going directly to the next thing. Back to the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important woman such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, maybe you'd be keen on having a look around the science in your home? See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of a guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortune to be had about the realm. It may be a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you, Desiree? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Suns with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? Just been called back right now. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear that this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return any time you have after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Okay. Anyway, I can return right there. Not really. I heard that you start a new character. They receive tickets where you can teleport directly to the Waking Sands. Because this is a place where you need to return to a few times. In fact, it was so common that you had to go back there, and there's not an Aether right there, that people made a meme of pray return to the Waking Sands. But we had this already. Alphinaud said the Aetherite was not constructed because the Syndicate doesn't want to help the science so long as we are not in their pockets. Rather, instead of an Aetherite, we have here this gaudy statue. A messenger from the Twin Adders came to the Waking Sands while we were in the Madonna. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or maybe Imperial force has been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Now, Tataru was worried. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Desiree. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there's truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Oriange says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to one observed more than 5 years ago. Though I'd hope the Moogles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, the disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence have been requested by Commander Hellera. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Desiree. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of a crystal. Okay, then. off to Redania. A pleasure to see you as always, Desiree. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Level 70 weapon coffer, huh? Item level. Item level 7. That makes 70. That makes more sense. That would have been awkward otherwise. I don't need dark light stuff. Can easily craft level 7 items. Not long ago, the Moogle Troubles visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seetsier. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelfthwood if left unchecked. You prove an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you to reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Troubles himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seetsier at the Lotus Stand. And the way these coffers work is, you open them and you get a weapon of that level according to the job you have as you open the box. The other signs have already arrived, madam. May I show you in? The Lotus Stand is an area you can only visit when the quest demands it. Bit of a shame, it's a very beautiful place and I think you could do some fine role-playing here. Oh well. It must be something bad to have gotten Troubles this worried. Have you seen the way his thingamy is bobbing? A threat to Moogle kind. I'd hoped the antecedent suspicions were ill-founded, but I cannot see who else it could be. Our guest has brought ill tidings which must needs to be heeded. Isn't that right, Troubles? Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. We're not bad Moogles, Troubles. We're just misguided. A gentle... No. A firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Troubles. Can you not see that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive this witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Desiree. And upon such short notice, truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Troubles has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Mogglemog XII has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. To tell the truth, I myself cannot say for sure if he's a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Troubles here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with literally endless supplies of wine. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontent and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So good King Mogglemog XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Troubles. The realm of men would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Mogglemog XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Troubles. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mogglemog XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens, so that Mooglekind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand. That being a reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mogglemog XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would it even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared by at the last by the heroics of a few chosen. To you who brave those tempers and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moggles Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Moggles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mogglemog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they started to get a little carried away, Kupo. Verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylph who summoned Ramu, you mean? I cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mooglekind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Desiree, confront good King Mogglemog XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly do I thank you. The sanctuary of your Moggles Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Izumiyan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. Welcome, Desiree, welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mogglemog XII is of great comfort, to me and to the elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. And you have selected Regicide. The wards bearing access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It is with great regret that we are forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kublokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moggles Guard themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I've been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kublokop's keystones, Desiree. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I'm certain he will yield. I kinda like the quest title. You selected Regicide. Oh, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there's truly no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweetbone Pier. I'll go on ahead. And there's the Moogles guard. Pretty huge Moogles. Don't you dare lie to us, Kupo. I know what you're planning and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Viera? Imperial Squidanian sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse. Traitor to his kinsmoogles, he plots treason against the crown. Enough. Kublokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moogle XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12th root of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. I actually think I end the episode here, and next time we continue with in direction of good King Moogle XII. Until then, I am Ace, and don't get lost.